Speaking of my favorite art, hello and welcome to this week's episode of Pit Against, a live Fleshable Colin show. I'm William Table and Legs. I'm joined by my constant co-host and work of art himself, Kevin Smurph Murphy. Pit Against is a live Colin show, and if you'd like to be live on air talking to us about your hot take, join the Pit Against Discord by clicking on the link that's in the description. Then join the waiting room channel, put your hot take in the topics text channel. If you like your take, you'll put you on for a mic check, and then put you on air. You can also put a take in the topics text channel, in the stream chat, or in the comments for me to bring up if you can't make it on. Kevin, how have you been?
I'm good.
Great. That's great. No, really, what's been up?
Kind of just in Omen's waiting room, seeing if any of the new decks are going to do anything, waiting for that BNR on, what is it, the 29th or something. We still have
It's coming
a
out.
week and a half of spoilers, plus we have then another week until World Premiere and getting the rest of the set. We've got so much time and we're just not able to do basically anything. We're just kind of waiting.
We get this
And we're
about
getting
2 or 3 times a
drip-fed
year.
spoilers. Kind of. This feels weird though because we've had spoilers for a week and a half, and we still have another week and a half,
It is.
and we still don't know what most of these heroes look like. And it's okay,
It is May
come on.
28th that we get the next BNR. It's a Thursday.
Hmm.
BNR on a Thursday.
It's really weird. I'm not sure how I feel about
I
it.
assume that's because of the Sage voting timeline,
Yeah, it is.
which I guess is the first thing we can get into.
Mhm.
So for Sage voting, they've announced that there's going to be a timeline. There's going to be a time. There's going to be a time. There's always time. Time is flowing constantly, but there's going to be a time of 2
Okay.
days between May 25th and May 27th, New Zealand time, for a voting window. The 3 heroes that receive the most votes and 1 hero selected by LSS, if they want to, up to 1 hero, will be benched for the duration of the upcoming season. Everyone can vote for 1 as long as they have completed an official Sage tournament, excluding play anywhere events, which I assume means armories.
Yes.
You just need to do a Sage armory.
Should.
Should. I mean, if there's any judges in chat that can confirm that an armory is an official Sage tournament, that would, I mean, I believe it is. That's from my understanding. There's a lot of people who
Yeah.
call the locally that call them their weekly tournament, which, not having played other card games locally, I always found that odd. I was like, no, armory's that's where you practice and just hang out with friends, right? And I guess it technically is your weekly tournament.
Yeah, it is a weekly tournament.
Okay, so if you played
You
in an
just
armory,
don't.
you get
You're
to
just
vote.
not putting emphasis on it, and that's fine.
Yeah,
But
I guess that's fine. That said, I have confirmed, because I wasn't 100%, that I'd done a Sage Armory, so I did one Wednesday. Which I don't think I wouldn't be upset if they expanded that to be well, I think they want to get as many people as possible. But if it was 3 armories or 1 skirmish or something like that, put a little higher threshold on it.
I think 1 armory is fine.
I guess that's fair. And at least you're showing up to and Sage Armory, and you're going to complete
Yeah.
the whole thing, and you're not going to, as MinMax made a funny bit about, just make strong opinions on the internet of a format you've only played on Talishar, and then make a vote on it. I don't know. It's all going to appear in your gym account profile, and you get to vote for 1 hero. So this is the part where we tell everybody what hero they need to vote for. Kevin, go ahead.
Nope. I will not do that. I will not be part of that. I hate that so much. It frustrates me.
Y'all
To
make
no
informed
end,
decisions. I'm making my own informed decision. I don't even
Just-
think it's
Just vote for a hero.
just vote for a hero.
I half of me is I'm going to tell you that because Sage is not for me, and it doesn't matter to me
Sure.
a ton as long as it isn't a competitive format again. It won't affect me. The other half of me is like, I don't want to tell you who to vote for because I don't like all the ways people are saying who to vote for or don't vote for.
I haven't seen a whole lot of that. I don't know if I'm not on Twitter, so.
I mean, AG had their whole series they were doing
Oh,
about
that was
how
the
they
thing.
were going to have people
I
writing
forgot about
articles
that.
about why you should vote for certain heroes.
It's
It's a. I understand that it is pretty much a bit.
it's
Almost
cute,
entirely a
it's
bit.
funny.
I
but-
think it's incredibly tacky.
I think that's also true.
And I'm just, I don't know. People, I have like half an issue with this format because also people are going to get incredibly upset when their hero gets voted out because people take that very personally. I know that their hero is going to come back.
It's
but
kind of
that
like
doesn't
LLing, but it
change-
is much shorter time frame before you find something you want to play again because it will come back.
And people are still going to be very upset
Mm-hmm.
when their hero gets voted out. The same way they would when their hero LLs.
Yeah.
Except it was done by the player base.
Which
It was
could feel
done
worse.
by people. And given how people celebrate when certain heroes have hit LL, people are going to celebrate when certain heroes are
Oh,
voted
they are.
or not voted
Yeah.
away from the format.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to advocate for is just if you want to vote a hero off, go for it. If not, cool. If you want to play Sage, play Sage. If you don't want to play Sage, don't play Sage, and that's it.
Here's what I'm gonna do: is I'm gonna vote,
Just
and I'm gonna vote out the hero that I just don't want to play against. And I think
fine.
that could be determined for me by the power level of the hero or the play patterns of the hero. But I think if everyone just kind of did that, then generally I think it would move in a fine direction. Generally,
Maybe.
maybe.
I think it would be a coin flip at best.
I think you get what you want out of it if you do that. As a player.
Maybe.
As the
Yes.
individual, as the voter, you will get what you want out of it if you do that. Just vote for something. Don't feel obligated. Don't feel obligated to vote for something because someone said something or because you're concerned it's not going to get voted. Like if you're like, man, I don't like playing against Valda at all, but I should vote for Kano. No, just cut that out. Just vote who you're going to vote for.
Pick one.
Just pick one.
Pick one and then don't complain when the other one doesn't get voted out.
Or they both get voted out. I think it's going to
Or
be
they both
extra.
get voted out and
I
it's
think
fine.
I think the extra feels bad is like it might feel bad if like your local votes for something that you want to play and then that does get voted out and it's like, well,
Yeah.
they literally contributed to leaving.
They
but I
they
think
literally had a
I
say.
think for me I would be extra hurt if it's like I don't know, I want to play new in the format and then LSS votes new out and it's like I'd be like, "Oh man."
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, I get it, but come on, guys.
all of this then comes at we don't vote and start voting until May 25th. Mm-hmm. Voting ends May 27th.
Yes.
And the BNR drops on what, the 28th?
28th. Thursday.
Clark, just vote for we're saying just vote for whoever. We're not going to tell you to vote for anyone, and we don't like it when people say vote for this or vote for that, or don't vote
if
for
you
this or vote
DM
for
me,
that.
I'll tell you who I'm voting for. But I'm not going to be like vote this
I
person
just-
out. Other than I was okay. I'll be honest. I did make a whole post where I was like, I'm voting out Blaze.
You did make a whole post about
Yeah,
that.
'cause
but
I was
as
like,
with
that would
all
be-
of your posts. It's a bit.
It was a bit. I was going to commit to the bit, but also it was a bit
Yeah.
where I was just like, it'd be really funny to vote out Blaze, in my opinion, from a personal perspective. I'm not thinking about Blaze players. I'm thinking about the whole of the context. But
Yeah.
you can't vote out the heroes that have not come out yet, I believe, and you can't vote out.
Correct, Clark. That's where we're at,
Yeah,
or that's where I'm at.
we like separation of hobby
content
and
and
hobby and state.
content and laws. Yeah,
Content laws.
yeah.
Keep your laws out of my content.
Yeah.
But you can't vote for you can't
still-
vote for heroes that haven't come out yet, and you can't vote on heroes that are currently benched.
So you cannot vote for a hero that was
don't
not
know what to
playable
vote.
in the previous season.
Have you this is a great question. I don't know who to vote. I don't know what to vote. Have you played a Sage Armory? That's where I would start, which is the minimum requirement to vote.
Yes.
From this Sage Armory, extrapolate who you want to vote for.
Sure.
There you go.
Just-
Or if you have no good answer and you're like, I'm fine with most everything, don't vote.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Just like American politics. I love Briar, so I can't vote for her. I think KO and Ira are fine. I love TOA. I won my skirmish. Don't vote.
Cool.
If
You're
you
good.
like the
You're
meta
chilling.
where it's at, you're fine. You leave that in the hands of other people. But if there's nothing you want to get rid of, then don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You won with Ira.
my
Nice.
my biggest question
Nice.
mark still is what are they doing with the BNR when they don't know what we're voting for?
That's the actual question. I mean, we beat around the bush for 10 minutes, but yeah. The voting is 25th to 27th, and on the 28th we have a BNR.
And they don't know what we vote out until the 27th. I'm curious what that's going to look like and what that meta is going to look like and how many things they're going to change.
Yeah. So when it comes to ooh, interesting. But when it comes to the voting being like closing the day before the bans come out, it implies to me like one of two things, which is either they're going to make bans based solely on heroes that are coming in to the format, which is the heroes coming out of the Armory decks and Chain. Armory decks? No. It's just Sage decks. Sage decks and Chain is what they're going to be making their bans based off of. Not based off of what the expected meta is going to look like. Or they have a couple of ideas of what the bans will look like if these three heroes are banned, if these three heroes are banned, if these three heroes are banned. We ban cards based on these concepts, which sounds like a lot of testing.
I think they have to do it that way, and they have to do it to the best of their ability. And that still sounds like a recipe for mistakes and for stuff to easily get missed. Like,
I guess they can
that
have
is not a situation where if I was a game dev, I would ever imagine I would want to put myself in. But if they're confident in their ability to do that, we can see what happens.
I don't think the meta is fine, but I can't believe that +1 power each turn is the best thing you can do in the format. It can't just be that Ira must rotate. Ira's best things about her is her hero ability, sure, but there's other things about Ira that are really good, which is her card pull, her sips, her sippy sips. I mean to say that there's more to Ira than just +1 per turn, because Viserai
Yes,
has more than +1 per turn in his hero ability.
Yes. Sure. It's the combination of the pieces, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Ira's ability is still very good, and Viserai's ability is not the same thing. That's not a fair comparison, but
It's not as Viserai can get away with in certain formats his hero ability being several points of value per turn.
yes, I agree. But there's differences in consistency and deck building and all. There's a lot more that goes into each of those hero abilities around it than just.
You're right. You're fair.
It's not a 1-to-1.
Fi also gets kind of +1 per turn, which again, it's all synergy based, but
Again, him having to work for his +1, and then also where that +1 comes from and where it ends up also matters.
Do you want to
especially
talk?
since
Yeah.
we can. You want to grab Clark?
Yeah, we can grab Clark. I'll let you finish your
Yeah.
comment, though, if you want to.
Oldham's ability is just not. Oldham's and Briar's abilities are not like
Oldham's ability is not
good
free. As someone
comparisons.
who's been playing a lot of Oldham,
Yeah.
you are making some deck choices.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Kevin's trying to say with Viserai. You can go ahead. With Viserai and Fi is that the synergy that is needed to get the value out of the hero ability can cut down in certain parts of deck building. It's maybe not just the +1 with the Kodachis. It's the fact that it's so free that you don't have to cut corners elsewhere in order to get it a little bit. And I do think Ira is just good in that sense. It looks like we have a caller. Oh my gosh, caller! What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Clark Moore. I'm calling from Cypress, California.
Yay! Oh my gosh! What would you like to talk about on the show?
So, the way I put it in Colin Topics was being able to vote for our rotation in Sage is a huge privilege and not one to take lightly with just vote for whoever's the most annoying. Doing so is reductive and equivalent to, I don't know, I'm not really, like, political in real life.
I don't know if I 100% agree that that's like a fair comparison. I understand that you feel like it's headed in that direction, and that's a reasonable.
Yeah.
I think I
direction
also
to see it is going.
I understand where you're trying to get at, and I think I mostly agree. But I think I did also try really hard not to say vote for whoever's the most annoying. Though it does kind of sound that way when I say, I don't know, play your Sage Armory and then pick something.
Exactly.
It sure
Like,
does.
There's a certain empathy that almost seems to come through with that sentiment, which is why in the comments of the stream I asked, what exactly are you trying to say? And no politicking? Cool. I think that's a very fair stance to have. Like,
It's hard to
I think
enforce
if
that,
we
but
start-
yes, that's the stance we'd
Yeah,
love
we
to
start
take.
as
It's-
a-
It's impossible to enforce it, but
Yeah, but like as a community, there's certainly like more, and like we can definitely look at creators doing a certain type of content and go, we're not okay with this, or we're not comfortable with this, or we think you should stop.
Oh,
Like
I
there are
did totally
certainly
miss
things
your
that the community
comment.
can do to like get into that. And politicking is, I just think that politicking isn't just having a conversation about what the best bands might be for the format and the best way of going about how to get there. We are now becoming active, engaged members of determining what the Sage format looks like. That's a really special thing. I am not aware of any other game that has that level of access given to its players.
Oh, I can think of one.
Please.
What was the game that oh gosh. The Witcher 3 game. What's that game?
Ghent.
When?
Yeah.
When?
They did
That one.
all right, y'all vote for our bands. Because everyone was mad about the
studio
bans
shut
all the
down
time.
The studio shut down the game, and it became community run.
Their
And then the
sort
community
of public statement was like, y'all hate all our bands, so y'all do the bands. It was like a loose public statement they made. And that turned into the game was terrible.
Yeah.
The game was miserable.
I think in part because when you vote, I don't think it's good to go off of like really emotional wins. It's another reason why I kind of don't like this statement. And by the way, the only reason I'm focusing on that statement is because I've heard it a few times, not just at my locals, but online as well. Right? It's this sort of like, well, I don't like how much pressure people are putting on me to vote a certain way, so I'm just going to vote entirely within my own little bubble. And I get why people do that, because I think it can be very frustrating when you are only given a single vote to make, and then you are forced to make monumental decisions with limited available options, and you never actually know if your vote is going to go towards something meaningful or not. So a lot of people abstain because they're like, well, I only want Ira out, but everyone's going to vote for Ira anyway, so I guess I'll either not vote or vote for this other thing, third party vote, and then all of a sudden, wait a minute, why did KO get banned instead of Ira? How did that happen? I want to avoid all of that nonsense. And a lot of that happens through open, engaged conversation about people's desires and wants.
There's a ripple in that as well, which I wanted to get to at some point, which is when the community gets an individual vote per person, but 3 heroes are banned. Let's say the smart mindset of a player is that of, I want to see this thing go. I know other people are going to vote for it, but I'm going to also vote for it too, just to, double down. First is going to get a huge chunk, and then second and third could in this hypothetical, and second and third could get a really weird set of characters because the people who weren't following in that logic voted that way.
There's some random meta out of Southeast Asia, maybe, where
regional
we're not
thing.
aware of entirely, but there's like a whole multi-thousand player base.
And then North Americans are really mad because they don't know there's other countries in the world.
Exactly. And that, it creates too much and I think
Acilio gets banned in Sage, and it's like, why?
Yeah. But earlier in your conversation, I think it was, I think you mentioned this, Kevin, where it was like, and only now it's the player base making the choice. And now we're just going to be angry at each other instead of angry at LSS. And then that promotes a lot of negativity within the community. And I just don't know if the current system and going, well, let's just vote for whoever's the most annoying. Just vote in your little thing. I don't know if that's going to create the best outcome here.
No. Yeah. I mean, this is going to become this is going to become an emotional choice. That's, I think, unavoidable in this game with how we get attached to heroes. It has for a long time been a blessing for Flesh and Blood how attached people get to their heroes and their decks. And I think we're starting to see some ramifications where it's actually a detriment.
Yeah, having this big backlog of heroes that need to get reprinted. Everyone's like, well, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Oh, they see an opportunity and then it doesn't happen, and then they get all upset. And they're like, oh, I'm never even going to support this set because it doesn't have my Lexi in it.
Or
it's like a dev mindset.
And it doesn't feel the same. Prism gets reprinted and it's not Prism. Vincent gets printed and it's not Chain. And then it's like you just have people where it's like, okay, that. But then we see this on the other side where it's like when your hero LLs, that actual moment sucks.
As much it is a draw that your hero, that you can dive into a hero, it is also a detriment in the sense that you could drop because you don't have that hero.
But LL is also a natural quote unquote process of the hero doing well, of the hero doing stuff. Your hero getting voted out by the community
because it's annoying
by the people you play armories with gets voted out.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
That's gonna feel bad.
If they ban Oldham, I'm gonna be inconsolable. Why would you ban him? He's not annoying. I wouldn't
be surprised.
No, I also wouldn't be surprised. He's in my list of expected bans, right?
If he's a dark horse, third place, I easily see it happening.
If I had to pick the 3 most annoying quote unquote heroes out of Sage, it would be Kano, Oldham, and probably KO.
And now I'm gonna hate Kevin if any of those heroes are banned for saying that. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I also think this is another aspect of it. Is what is the largest... I wanted to correct myself mid-sentence. What is the largest player base of players when it comes to competitive mindset, vigor to play the game, how deep they dive into the game?
What?
I mean to say, tabletop or kitchen table / more casual players are probably a larger majority of the game, or at least they traditionally are in other games. It's definitely not the most competitive players. It's not players on teams. It's not the streamers necessarily, right? Obviously.
It's the people who will show up to any PQ within an hour of them, but won't drive 3 hours.
But I think there's a large amount of people that won't do that. They'll show up to Armory. Like there's like large of Flesh and Blood players who just show up to Armory.
Yeah,
I think
that's a pretty large amount.
I think that is a decent amount, but I think that is also region dependent.
Yes, I think that's probably true.
Because there's a decent number of people in my area where the majority of them would drive an hour over to Richmond to play a PQ.
Okay. I think that's reasonable. I mean, I would do it, and I can imagine a lot of my locals would also do that. Most of our PQs are, it's a 3-hour radius around us, but like that are not in town.
Yes.
So I don't quite have that metric. But what I am saying is there's a large amount of players who are not as nearly invested into the game. They are not going to dive deep in it. They probably don't listen to podcasts. They just show up and hang out with friends on a day and then they go home. And they're missing all of this, and they're going to make a vote because their local plays this, or because them and their local have just talked about it and they think of this, and it might be some off the wall voting for a healthy chunk of the players.
As an artifact of having one vote per person, everything is going to get kind of shifted down a bit.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I also just don't know quite how true that is, Will, because how does conversation happen? How do people get ideas? How does that spread? Right? If we were to take the again, trying to not speak too much on real world politics, but content creators are in a way like pundits. We are usually non-experts who have a large platform and the ability to share and express opinions to a large player base, and those people will go out and spread and spread and spread. You know, that's how national and international conversations happen. It's through the amplification of these ideas through mass communication tools like the internet.
I think
it's like, do we want everyone to vote completely in the bubble of their own experience, or do we want them to be aware of a variety of experiences and reasons and then make decisions off of that?
I mean, I think we want that, but that's also not a reality that's not a piece of the social ecosystem, let's say, that we can substantially move. Like, the game is as big as it is, and that's just the system we're in. And then it's whether or not this is a healthy way to use the current system we have, or the current social structure we have.
I think what I was trying to point out is there is an amount of people that won't be reached, and they're going to vote for whatever. And that's a funny thing to think about when it comes to all these voting situations. Because if you look at the amount of views that a trailer for a set gets on LSS's YouTube page compared to Arsenal Pass's viewers, that is a
10 to 50x.
Yes, it's like 1 or 2% of the player base of that viewer base might watch Arsenal Pass, and not every week. And so like there's a lot of people out there that will just play an Armory and then make a decision off of it.
Yes.
I don't know. It's hard to say like you don't want politics because you don't want to glorify or like what Kevin would want out of this. It's hard to actually get that.
Yes, I agree. I'm not going to deny that, and it's why I'm not going out there with pitchforks. But at the same time, like,
and I think
I'm also not the reason I'm not going to say to vote any particular hero out is because I also don't want to be telling people. I don't want people to feel like I'm telling them that I don't want them to be able to play their hero.
Which a lot of people will interpret that very emotionally and just say, "Oh, this person doesn't want me to play my hero." They're not even going to listen to your nuanced argument. They're going to read the title and make a decision of what you were trying to say without reading into
Yeah.
it. Which is this is going back to my original statement of like, I don't know, vote for whoever you want, because how do you how do you argue with a person who doesn't want to argue? How do you politic with someone who doesn't want to engage? And it's like, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe what you're saying is right in the sense of it's good to have these conversations with people who want to have these conversations. But I also don't want to go out and just leave a blanket statement in 20 characters on Bluesky for people to make a decision based off of.
Yeah. Note that at the very, very beginning of my take is it's a privilege.
It is.
And I don't think we should take that privilege lightly. I think that LSS can definitely do a year of this and just go, this isn't working. We're going to move to a system where we decide all the rotated heroes.
Yep.
And I'll go, yeah, that makes sense. Or maybe they'll institute a Sage LL. I think this is 100% an experiment on their part, and they are in the data collection phase. This is step 1, right? So my feedback on step 1 is, hey, I think we should all be very careful about how we as content creators are discussing this, how it's discussed on the internet, and I think we should not be afraid of telling people, hey, you're being hyperbolic about this, relax. I think we should also try to have conversations with our locals, and ultimately, I think we should remember that it isn't that serious, and we can just let the rotation be what it is.
The game is going to be there. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like, this is my other... This is always where I... No, this is...
Go ahead.
The game is still going to be Flesh and Blood. And if you want to engage in Flesh and Blood, there are going to be ways to do that. Is it like Magic where there's 4 different 60-card formats that you can play every week? No. It still needs to grow a bit. And again, I just also voiced a concern of, well, if they have to make a ban list based on what we're banning, what happens? Yeah, that's a concern. I'm still, at the end of the day, going to keep playing Flesh and Blood.
As long as it's here, I'm going to keep playing it. I want to play Flesh and Blood more than I want to play a hero. And so I'm very excited to keep playing.
The same way that when Prism hits LL, I'm going to keep playing Flesh and Blood. And that's it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The main thing I wish people were doing right now was talking about different philosophies around votes, rather than explicitly being like, vote this hero.
That's interesting.
Being like, I think it would be interesting to ban Briar for this reason, or this hero for this reason. Like, rumor mill through Discords, I heard that there is a group of people trying to vote for Kano so that he will be legal at Worlds. When Sage will be the likely second format at Worlds. So that they can have Kano legal for Worlds, because if they let Kano live this season, it might get banned next season.
Okay.
And then it won't be legal for Worlds. But if it's banned this season, they can't vote for it. It will be forced to be legal.
Yeah, but that's kind of based, isn't it?
I think that's an interesting philosophy. I think people should evaluate if
that's kind of sick. Don't get me excited because that sounds kind of funny.
I think that's interesting. I think I struggle to see Sage being the second format at Worlds when set 20 is probably a draft format, or we know is a draft format, and it's set 20, so I assume they will want it draftable at Worlds.
3 formats, baby. 3 formats at Worlds. Woo!
If there was a third format, then
Kano!
That's an interesting idea.
Kano, maybe the best Silver Age
particular
content,
particular season, if you want to aim for a certain thing. Yeah, I think that's an interesting philosophy to approach, and I think people should be discussing if that is an appropriate way to vote.
Yes,
that's
a question.
That's a good question.
The top hero, I'm just going to go with Jorge in the chat has been saying, Ira doesn't feel that broken, but she's winning a ton, and she got the most votes on the poll around the February spoiler. Is it right to just vote out the number one hero in the format simply because they are the number one hero in the format. And if that is going to be the case, then why isn't that just an automatically selected slot every single season?
Yep. Because it also becomes a question of, is this a hero we try and vote out? Or is it one we try and let LSS dupe bans around?
Yeah. Also, should we be doing the voting at the beginning of a season, or should we do it in the middle of a season after we've let a set have an impact and let the meta change? Why am I voting out Ira when Aurora is going to be the problem? Or Briar, because they got all these new quick strike cards. Is Briar going to just slide under the radar and get this massive boost from Omens?
Oh,
because
no.
everyone has recency bias?
I'm enjoying Clark's
those are all-
politics.
Those are all one costs
Yeah.
that go
you
with
can play 'em all.
Starfall because they're all lightning cards.
And you just replace Starfall with the new weapon because it's free to tap.
Or that, but I was just gonna say, if you're pitching anyways for all the one cost quick strikes, you
you can just
probably
pitch
have
Starfall
resources for Starfall.
And just
So
be
they're
like
just
a
like-
yellow pitch base.
Yeah, so they're just like 2-card 7s with Go Again.
As long as you play 2 non-attack action cards, how many non-attack action
Oh,
cards are we going
no.
to get in Omen? These are
Whoa.
the questions I want people to be talking about. I don't want it to just be, well, this hero's annoying, so just get rid of them.
Yeah,
There's so much more meat here.
Sure, but I think all I'm saying is, and this is defeatist, but like 90% of the people do not care what you just said. That's not interesting. They do not care.
Oh, I am very much aware. We
Okay,
have
sick.
530
I love that.
That's why he's
subscribers on our
here.
That's
YouTube
why he's
channel.
here. I love that.
We are
Oh
not-
man, I'm
We
here
are
for
not
it.
the trendsetters in the Fab community here at Pitch It To Me podcast, and I am very much aware of
I
that.
love that. I love y'all so much. Yeah, because you said Jorge. That sounds right. I was gonna say George. Strategic voting usually doesn't work when the voting population is in almost all 5 continents. That's also kind of
Yeah.
true. It's hard to
Yeah.
have this nuanced conversation with
different
someone who
creators.
only speaks Japanese.
Yeah, they
But
also
then
have other
maybe
content
that makes-
creators.
Maybe that makes
Oh, yeah, true.
PTs so much more exciting and interesting, and we vote after like a big PT.
What
or
if-
like a big sage calling? Like
What if they're
and people have the chance to talk when they travel internationally, so that we get to communicate and facilitate the conversation.
what if their social stigmas lead to everyone believing that politicking is the most interesting thing, in the form of everyone wants to listen to the most popular content creator. They're encouraging content creators to give them the answer. And so then it just leads to countries where they almost unanimously vote for whatever the biggest content creator says.
And then there's like tribalism about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I
there's
think
other
that's
countries that
worrisome.
are more spread out, and they pick a more variety thing based on
Yeah.
player
You know,
preference
I'll
or
bet-
other things. The first
In-
one
in
was
like-
actually America. America's probably the country that's the biggest on we just listen to one person. Which is
I
like
just
me.
want-
This is the next thing. And I'm a one, what do you call it? A one issue voter. My one issue is I want rich people to not have money. So you can't really apply that to Flesh and Blood in Sage voting, because it's a $20 deck. So am I supposed to pick the most expensive? This bit's going. This
have to run yellow shreds and that costs $4. Okay, I'll leave it with this because I have other plans.
I have to vote out Victor. All right, go ahead.
I came up through the Boy Scouts, and in that we would have to elect the officers for our troop or our organization.
Yeah.
And to do that, we would have a thing called the dump book, which was a little book that was left in a bathroom where you could write down anonymous thoughts and feelings about what was going on up at camp and who you thought should be in charge. And people would make slates where they said, I think it should be these people who get elected.
Hmm.
And a lot of the time, that would help people feel comfortable starting conversations and then comfortable continuing those conversations elsewhere throughout the week or the summer. And that would lead to a healthy political debate. and conversation. I always appreciated that, and I'm so happy that I got to have that growing up rather than just American politics, where it's a lot of yelling and screaming. There are right
Well,
ways and wrong ways for this to go, and a lot of it comes down to how people who are the leaders and people who have these platforms use it, as well as how the community engages with them, chooses not to engage with them, or just outright says, I think this is wrong. Doing it early feels better than waiting for it to become a problem. And that's ultimately why I had my take. I want us engaging with this now so that it doesn't become the problem later and we have to change a norm. Instead, it's let's set the norm now.
I appreciate everything you say. I also
Thank you.
expect it. I already said it. I already expect that it's not going to move a lot. Like,
Oh yeah, me too, buddy.
but
I am.
I love the conversation. I love the concept. We were talking earlier before the show about shortcutting in Flesh and Blood, and I was shortcutting the conversation straight to, I don't think it'll matter a lot. It'll matter enough to where I do want to vote. I'm not saying my vote doesn't matter, but I am saying, like, maybe all the politicking won't super matter. But it could. I don't know. I hope they... You know what I want? I know that your personal vote will not be made public, is a statement they made. But what I do want made public is the amount of votes. They have not said that they're going to do that, and LSS sometimes does hide weird statistics like that. But if they come out and they're just like, Betsy got the most votes at 28,001, and then, Oldham got 28,000, Betsy got third with that, and then Oldham got 28,000, so it gets fourth. Then that would be... I think it would just be wild to see numbers like that, and that's what I want to see. I want to know, is first way, way above and beyond second and third? Is the top 5 really close, and then it drops off super hard? The representation in the numbers, I think, is really interesting. What if Kano gets the most votes, but he gets the least regions, so he actually doesn't win? It's an electoral college joke. Anyways, I don't know. It's really interesting. I also am not, again, I'm not like a super big politics guy in general, which is funny because I'm also quoting you there. And so
Everyone's allowed to engage as much or as little as they want.
Yeah.
I'm just advocating for people to engage.
Here's what I want. I want more people to talk to me about it because I don't... Electoral... That's what we need. Electoral college voting and fab.
Hey, DM me, buddy. I'll go into it with you.
Listen, I want to hear more people's opinions on voting philosophies because I think that's really interesting. I don't think I have a lot of personal opinions or new ideas to bring to the table yet. So... I don't have as much to talk about it. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Also, Chain coming back is going to be wild. I'm so interested in that.
Might
That's
come
going to
with
be
a whole
wild.
slew of bands.
Maybe.
Almost certainly will.
Yeah. Goodbye, Read the Runes.
Goodbye, Vincent.
That was one of my hot takes. One of my hot takes was that LSS's ban will be Vincent to soften the blow when they ban all of Vincent's cards.
What?
You wouldn't be able to... You don't have their cards to play them, but now you don't have the hero to play them. And, it's, You don't have to feel bad about the bans. You feel bad about the hero ban. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that just skipped, like, half of my whole point in this conversation. Cool.
Sorry. Yeah, chain though, wild. Clark, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up about that subject?
Nope, that's all for me. I gotta go have some Korean barbecue with a friend visiting from out of town.
You don't have to say have a
And-
like it's a get to. It's a privilege.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just a SoCalism.
No, you're fine. Man, now I want it.
It's gonna be good.
Thank you so much for the call, though.
Yeah, thank you.
It
for having me
was
on.
it was
Thank you for
good because I think I was already like set in my opinions, and I've already had to think more about this voting system than I thought I was going to have to. So I do appreciate that. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, catch you next time.
Heck
Can I
yeah.
do shout outs?
Yes, please shout stuff out.
I have to say, I'm host number 2 of the Pitch It To Me podcast, and our spoiler is coming out this Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So please keep an eye on our channel and watch that, and support new creators getting spoiler cards.
New.
Yeah, this is our
Different
first ever
creators.
Different. Yeah. Okay.
People getting their first spoiler cards.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. For a second, I was like, new. Wait. Did it go away and come back? I missed it. And that's not what you meant.
Not content creators who have been around for a month getting a spoiler card.
You are correct.
Content creators who have been around for a long time getting
Yep.
their first spoiler
Yeah,
card.
we're coming up on 3 years now.
Words have been struggling with me today. All right, I'm tuning in for it. I'm very excited. All of the spoilers have been very interesting. Most of the spoiler videos I've gotten around to watching, and I've been enjoying it all, as I do most seasons. So I'm very excited.
All right, thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. There was also a lot of chat about this conversation in the Discord. So if you want to go in the Discord and read what other people are saying about this, you can, like I am doing right now, because I didn't read all of them. There should not be multiple Auroras in Sage. That's a good take, probably.
Oh, about that.
About that, though.
Doesn't seem to matter.
What was the second thing we were going to talk about today? There was another thing that I wanted to talk about.
I don't remember.
Ziggy.
Oh yeah, is Fragment good? Who does Fragment actually benefit?
All right. Well, let me pull up a Fragment card.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm going to bring up a common, because I think that makes the most sense, right? Start there,
Sure.
and then we can extrapolate. All right, here we go. Pulsing cardio. Pulsing cardio.
Yep.
0 cost. So, you're setting a very easy baseline here. 0 cost red. 3 block. 5 power. Already better than Wounded Blow. Whenever this fragments, gain a resource. And then as the keyword, fragment. Whenever a card with 2 or more defense defends this gets -2. Which means it doesn't work with...
If you put a 3 block in front of it, it covers all of it. Each donation is for hero being banned.
It doesn't work with Fiddler's Green
Yo,
or Blue
Josh,
Evasive
we
Leaf.
can't do that, bro.
Wait, no. Wait, Joshua Scott in chat. Donation stored... Okay. Donation stored Sage Tournament prize pool. Each donation is for a hero being banned during the season. Top 3 heroes with the most
homie.
donations.
Nah.
It is a man.
That is America.
This is how you make money in Flesh and Blood. If LSS needed
Jesus
money,
Christ.
this is how you make money. I was trying to make a joke about Blue Evasive Leap. Doesn't work with
Would block
Fragment.
1.
It blocks 1. Okay. Whenever a card, does that include equipment?
Yes.
Whenever a card with 2 or more defense defends this gets -2.
So if you put a 3 block in front of the 5, it gets -2 and you're blocking 3 on 3. However, when you do, that's triggering Fragment, so they gain a resource. So the question is, how much is that resource worth? Is it worth? Because it actually doesn't need to be worth 2. I think it only needs to be worth 1.
Oh, interesting. Because like the initial assumption is like you will, your opponent will gain 2 points of value by dealing 2 extra damage if you don't block it.
Yeah.
And so you would think
I'm
if they
getting
do
5
block it,
value
you
from my
want to
card.
get the 1 resource
So
to be worth
if
2.
yeah, so this is fundamentally a question of, and because I've seen this from every side, and I think most people don't acknowledge this as a question yet.
I already see what you're saying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, go ahead, please. I get it.
I've seen people say that Ziggy's going to be terrible. You just put 2/3 blocks in front of anything, and Ziggy never deals damage because of fragment. Everything's going to get -2. Why? This hero's going to be terrible. And then I see the other side yelling, okay, but when you put 2/3 blocks, I get to blink these 2 auras, and I get value there, and then I get to swing weapon, and then this and this and this. And it's like,
He has a
neither
lot
of
of
you are-
1-cost instant cards, and when it fragments gain a resource, it means you can just play them. If you have
Yes.
no arsenal,
So
or if they're in your
this is-
arsenal, like
this is the question is that nobody seems to be asking
okay,
is who actually benefits more? Because both sides that people are yelling about assume it's them. Assume it is either Ziggy, one side yelling saying, "Oh yeah, go ahead, fragment me, I get to do all my stuff then." Assumes that they're outvaluing the -2. And the other side, when they fragment, is like, "I don't care, I gave your thing -2." Nobody's done the math on it. Stop
Okay.
talking until you do the math on it. Show me numbers.
Okay, so this is before we jump straight into that, I am realizing now that you get 5 value with this pulsing Cardia if they don't block.
Yep.
If they do block, you get 3 value and a resource.
Yes.
That's
You're going to go card for card. And
that's not
gain
bad.
a resource.
That's
Yes.
It doesn't need to be worth 2 value. It is worth any value, and you win
You
card
can
for
use
card.
the resource, you outvalue them on the turn cycle. As long as you actually gain value.
That's
However,
interesting.
if you can't, or let's say it's the 2 for 7, and they put 2 cards in front of it.
Let me read the 2 for 7. Is it just the common?
There's a couple of them. The rare one is the one that I'd be looking at.
So
'cause
the
common one.
The
doesn't
common is
do
just
anything
has
with
an
fragment.
instant discard effect.
That's the make a flow. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
do anything when you fragment it. I
Doesn't
think that's
do
not a
anything.
good example.
That's
That
a
is a
bad
card
example.
that actually, when it gets fragmented, that's just straight up detriment to Ziggy.
There's no bonus to getting fragmented on the illusionist side.
There's no trade-off.
When I first read it, I was like, it's like kind of like Phantasm, and then I was like, no, this is not like Phantasm at all.
It's way more interesting.
It's so
It
much
is
different.
So much more interesting.
Okay, so Blink of an Eye, 2 costs, 7 power. Oh, this one's sick. I actually love this card. Fragment.
Yeah.
When this fragments, you may banish a lightning or a permanent you control with no hollow counters and return it to the arena with a hollow counter, which I believe is Ziggy's ability.
So that's effectively a Ziggy ability that you get for free, quote unquote. Which is actually to say you get the Ziggy ability for 2 value. For sacking 2 value off your 2 for 7.
You also don't sack a flow, which I'm feeling
Yes.
more and more is probably worth more than my original estimation of its value. Flows are going to be valuable, but that's a different
Lightning
topic.
Flow is still very hard to come by. We still have a lot of commons to
True.
see in this set,
Yeah,
though.
okay.
But so far,
And
Lightning
equipment.
Flow is relatively expensive. Yes. When that happens, what is the value of that blink?
The value is whatever value you get off the blink, right?
Okay.
If it's Sigil of Brilliance, it's a
Okay.
card?
You can't play Sigil of Brilliance. That's an Acilio spec. Oh, if Sigil of Brilliance is in Ziggy, we're having a whole other conversation. bro.
I'll be real. I went into this conversation thinking about that card, and I was just like, man, this is sick.
Yeah.
Blink Brilliance? No, it's not that good. God dang
I'm
it.
gonna look at.
I
I'm
hate
gonna
that.
need to look at something. Real
I
quick.
hate specialization, the keyword.
It's a Lightning Wizard card anyway.
Is it? I thought it was. Dang it. No, it is.
No, it is.
God
it is
dang
Lightning
it.
Wizard.
I'm not paying attention at all. God. All right, second February tab opening up.
destroy this. Okay,
Lightning
so it would fail
auras?
to be destroyed, so it would fail to draw a card. Okay, cool. Sorry, I had to check something for Shapeshifter.
What? Wait, which one? I'm so interested.
Sigil of Brilliance in Ziggy in Shapeshifter.
It's
What happens if you Ziggy Sigil of
you may
Brilliance in
banish a
response to its trigger?
permanent.
Nothing happens. You just get to blink it.
Okay. Wild.
Yeah. So, if you get to flicker an aura, you'll presumably have one resource floating, which means you get to swing a Frodius. You get to swing the weapon for 2 arcane. So you kind of just get your -2 back, plus whatever the effect is.
The weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
So with this fragments, you may do the condition you need to spend a resource to activate your weapon. The card costs 2 already, so
Yes.
you just get to swing weapon for free.
Yeah.
Kind of. You get your 2 value back.
That is assuming you have an aura in play, ready to be flickered. All of your auras so far have ward. You may have none going into your turn. You may have none in your hand.
That's a lot of that's setup you're going to be needing to do.
These are pieces that go together, and this is why I think people are rushing way too much on either side of saying no fragment benefits the defender, no fragment benefits Ziggy. Why would you want to block Ziggy's attacks?
I'm going to do the thing where I back up.
We
again,
don't know yet.
where
There are going to be choices to be made. This is like the version of Phantasm that like people always wanted and didn't know it.
To start this conversation, I don't really look at cards when they get spoiled. I look at the art, I read the text once, and I'm like, that's cool,
Yeah.
or that's not cool, or maybe it's interesting in this context. Expansion slots, I will typically think about a lot harder. But when it comes to cards that are draftable or playable in a hero we don't have yet, I am not thinking about them super hard until the whole set is dropped. And so I'm going into this conversation a little blind. That's my excuse for not knowing that Sigil of Brilliance is an Acilia specialization. That's a bad excuse. But also, this is my perspective looking at this as I'm listening to Kevin deep dive on this for the first time because I've not had my own thoughts about it yet.
I do want to address something real quick. Ben, in our Colin Topics chat, I don't think that would work the way that you want. Blocking a Ziggy attack that has Fragment with Frail Swing Line. When this defends an attack with power less than its base, its controller discards a card. It, at the time of blocking, is not that is not an act of defending a card with power less than its base. This becomes a defending card, Fragment triggers, the power becomes less than its base, but you have already defended with this card. It would not see that, is my understanding of the way Fragment works and the way Frail Swing Line reads and how those triggers have worked before.
Does that work if you block multiple cards on that too? That's how that would work as well.
Correct, because all of those cards become defending at the same time.
Defending at the same time. Okay, that makes
then
more sense.
however many Fragment triggers would go on the stack, they all see that they have defended.
If that was a
an attack,
defense
has its
reaction, it
normal
would be
power.
different.
Yes.
Okay.
If you had blocked with a card, you trigger Fragment, and then you block with a D-React that said this, it would work.
Interesting.
But I don't think that works the way that you want in that case.
That's a bummer because that would have been funny.
Yeah, that would be sick. A sick use for that card.
Yeah, it would.
But
Yes, it would.
I don't think it does because of the way Fragment works. But
Kevin is correct. This is the point in the show where we remind Kevin the level 1 and level 2 judge certification are always available for him should he want to.
I am an L1.
Your L2 judge certification,
That
you
is not
can do
available
it.
to me,
It's
'cause I
not
have
available.
Not judged any events.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, bro could. I'm just saying.
Sure. I don't want to. I'm good.
Sure, I get it.
I got my L1 and I'll take that.
Sure.
And because I wanted to, and it was funny.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
What I'm trying to say is shout out to Kevin for judging the shapeshifter cube. Blink of an
By the way, I won't be able to do that next week. I'm out next weekend.
Bummer.
It's all right. You can figure it out.
Bummer. It'll be all right.
They actually like fixed 90% of the problems by putting that shapeshifter macro in.
Yeah, like it's
That solved like
okay.
everything.
Well, I did queue up a game against a bot with the chain iris, and I attacked with a shackle, and it was free.
Oh, that's an easier fix.
I was like, anyways,
They can figure that out. This is
that no. Going back to the statement you made about the ward is really interesting. Where you are, if some of these have ward, which even
they all do,
even the ones
all
they all do. You're gonna need to find a way to hold on to these and present damage,
or you just already have them in hand.
They're instants.
Which yes, they are all instants so far, I believe. Which presents other questions of, okay, I have nothing on board, but what if you're holding 3 cards? How many instant auras do you have? How many times can I trigger Fragment here? Because if you play Blink of an Eye and you have 2 instant speed pump auras in your hand and they trigger Fragment twice, you get to juice it to the moon. Potentially.
Blink of an Eye has impressed me. I think Flicker Reality has also impressed me, where it's kind of the same thing but on an instant.
Flicker Reality has not impressed me.
I think anytime the impression I'm getting by both of those cards existing is that we are not going to get flow that much. These are you are not getting flow that much backup.
So
backup cards
when are
or whatever.
You going to be flickering? At what points are you going to get the ability of Flicker Reality?
When it goes away.
Okay.
When you're getting hit.
So when it leaves, which is probably when all of your other auras leave, because they're all relatively low ward value, which then also if you have those auras in hand, those are no blocks.
How does that work? If you get hit for like 4 and you have multiple auras leaving, can you Flicker Reality ward 1 and then it triggers, or is it after all the ward goes away?
All of the damage is calculated, ward is consumed equal to the damage dealt or the amount of ward. All of the triggers from those auras will go on the stack at the next available priority window, or the next
Wow.
I'm trying to think of what it would be called.
I mean,
so all of them would go on the stack at the same time in damage after all of those auras have been destroyed.
There is scenarios where you're going to have that and then you get to block just perfectly, where maybe you lose this on one thing, but you still get a different thing to flicker.
My big question mark for this is if I'm going to manually flicker this or bounce it, why wouldn't I just flicker the thing that this flickers?
I don't think you do. I don't think that makes sense.
So why am I playing this?
For the first it's ward 1. I don't know. It's a blue.
I think a little bit just like jumped at your arm right as you pulled it away.
I have a second sense for a little bit at this point.
Yeah.
I find a way to untap. Dude, actually, that would be sick. An aura that untaps your weapon, and then you just get to double weapon on a turn? I don't know. This is hypothetical at this point, but
that's a great payoff. We need the payoff for multiple uses.
We need that
right
first.
Now. The reason that I think you would run this is Blast to Oblivion. Because that is a bounce for Flicker Reality where you would not be flickering the other thing. That is not the same. Because it would not enter with a hollow counter if you replayed whatever instant speed aura it was.
Oh, I see.
Flicker is a way to actually give it the hollow counter when something besides Ziggy ability or Blink of an Eye is bouncing it or flickering.
And then you can still activate the orb.
Yes. That lets you activate
even though you blasted.
Yes.
Wait, no, this card's great. You're right. You just fixed it.
Fixed is a strong
Fixed
word.
is a strong word. Dude, this is interesting. Also, there's a small thing in the back of my mind that keeps biting at me, which is someone said, I bet LSS cannot create a bad illusionist.
A bad illusionist.
And what if it's bad? What if we were like digging in
Impossible
deep and we're
challenge.
just like,
Yeah.
which already dispelled that in a different episode, but because they have,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah,
also
they have.
like,
Yeah.
I want this to be a tier 2, tier like 1.5 deck. That would be the most fun thing in the world. Is that
So
possible?
Right where Prism is.
Yes, because this is like Prism, but I find
It's
it
funny
fun.
how Prism is still one of the healthiest illusionists they made.
The Prism's sick, actually. Prism.
This Prism in her current state is one of the most
Okay.
balanced illusionists. they've
If I
ever
did
made.
3 rounds of this Prism back to back, I would not be having fun. But if I was to play a Prism at an event, I'd be like, oh, sick! I get to play against a Prism.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Prism in her current state, in her current meta share.
Yes. All of these need to be true. I don't know how they did it, but well done, Gottlieb.
At 32 health, by the way.
Yes, 32 health was such a choice, and it so works.
Now it does.
I really hope Circular Flow Tide is a series, because it's
Yeah.
currently only
But
a
like
yellow.
this is, to me, it's just this entire discussion like frustrates me so much because it's people not asking that next question. They're just not.
Well,
They're so close. They just don't ask the question.
they will. They're gonna get in game, and they're gonna have a couple of games against it, and then they ask the question.
They're so confident already. They're so confident.
It's the internet.
I know. That's my issue with it.
Oh man.
That's my problem.
I completely agree. But I don't know. I mean, we won't know these answers yet. But also, I think I like the way you phrase it, and I think it's interesting. Here's the most interesting card. The singular most interesting card that they've come out with Ziggy, I think, is Unwinding Finality. It's the same stat line as the other one. Red, 0 cost, 5, 3 block, fragment. When this hits a hero, draw a card. The upside of them not blocking has gone higher. Right? It was just, I'm dealing 5 damage with 1 card. Now it's, I'm dealing 5 damage and I draw a card. I play a deck with a lot of instants. This will get value. Whenever this fragments, you may put a lightning instant card from your graveyard on top of your deck. If we get some absolutely sick lightning instant card, or Flicker Reality is everything I want it to be.
All of the Ziggy auras are lightning instants.
Sure, but like I'm not seeing any that say draw a card yet.
Sure, there's no Sigil of Brilliance to recur.
Right? Like there's not, when there's one that you're just like, I want to play this one every turn, and you get to put that back on top of your deck, and you get to flicker it, and you get to see the effect 18 times a game. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hope Flicker Reality is as awesome as I want it to be, dude.
Yeah, Unwinding Finality is
If
one of the
it's
cards that,
Corrosive
like,
Space
actually-
Dust is my exciting card that I want to be getting with Unwinding Finality every time, I'm less excited. It deals 1 arcane.
Yes.
It has ward.
It'll deal 2 arcane and ward 4. It's going to be a nice 2-card 6. And that's it.
That is it.
No, Unwinding Finality is the card where I looked at it and I'm like, okay, now we're making real choices. Now we
Yes.
get to next level people. Now we get long-term game plans that are not just... We have a piece that can enable long-term game plans that is not just turn-over-turn value. Because so far, Ziggy, and this is the other piece of Ziggy, there's no permanent that gets you recurring value turn after turn.
Yes.
That doesn't exist yet.
Not yet. I don't think it might not.
Which is the
In
departure
Lightning
from
Illusionist.
every other illusionist.
You do get to blink it. But
Once.
that's like a whole thing. Once. It's not forever.
We
He
don't
does look like he's
have
made of diamonds.
inevitability.
That's how illusionists win, is inevitability. You do have arcane. That's a pretty heavy, like...
I would like to present AB2. For your consideration.
I'm trying to make arguments, Kevin. You've already thought about it.
I know.
God
Oh, I
dang it.
have. Oh, I have.
Okay,
hey,
wait. I want to back
also,
up.
shout out to Clark and Pitch It To Me podcast. We did a whole episode on the way board state works in Flesh and Blood and the different levels of it. Because there's permanents that you get one-time value out of, like Rune Chance, and then there's permanents that you can get recurring value out of every single turn. And those are the hallmarks of the Illusionist class, now given also to Necromancer, which Gravy is one of the stepchildren of not Enigma.
Shout out to that show.
Prism.
Man, I love I love a show with a, I don't want to call it, I don't mean anything negative, but I love a show with a gimmick. I mean, our show's a show with a gimmick.
Yeah, it is.
With a twist, with
an identity.
With not two white guys and a Yeti. This is two white guys and a Yeti and a purpose.
And a sure. All right.
Yeah. I don't have a Yeti anymore. I do, but this is not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to unwinding. Back to fragment. So the 0 cost ones come in for 5. Equipment works on it. If it's early in the game and you're like, this hand's bomb diggity, but I don't want him to draw a card. If you put one piece of equipment in, they will traditionally, if you have one block 2 piece of equipment, which there is a lot of those, it will go from 5 down to 3, and you will take 1 damage. They will draw a card anyways.
Yep.
So,
and they'll put a card on top if it's finality, or they'll have gained a resource.
Or you might have a 1 block piece of equipment you can shove with it, and then that does not trigger it. But if you're a guardian and you have two block pieces of equipment, which I think is never the choice. I think you block with a 2 block piece of equipment, then you have 1 block on that for the next time to pair with a 2 block piece of equipment.
Sure. But they send a 2 for 7, and you just put 2 block pieces of equipment in front of it, and you're blocking 4 on 3.
But it triggers fragment twice.
Fragment triggers.
That was the thing I was getting at. Is like some of these 0 for 5s. If you want to use equipment, you could give them 2 fragment triggers, which I am not convinced is good to let them have it. Anytime you give illusionist an inch, they will run with it.
I think there's a choice to be made, but also, what are they going to do if you just put 2 pieces of equipment in front of it? You have 4 cards to block with still. You have 4 cards to AB with. Okay, they bring it's blink of an eye. In response to the fragment triggers, they play the pump that goes +1, and then when it enters with a hollow counter, it's +4. So it goes +5.
Shards.
Yes. So now it's 8 blocked by 4.
Take 4.
I would like to put a D-react in front of that. And then they're like, okay, weapon, AB2. I have 2 cards left. CNC.
You do get 3 fragment triggers. That's got to be worth
How many
something.
auras can you flicker? There's going to be a consideration of, I'm going to give you so many fragment triggers, you can't use numbers 2 and 3. Did you get value out of it? No, you just got -2.
Huh. Turns. Wow.
There's going to be a lot of choices to make, but we don't have the pieces yet.
I think the funny thing is, I always step back. Kevin looks at the game like it's a game, like anyone should. William always thinks about people, and so sometimes, let me rephrase that. William thinks about people, the collective, and so So what I was thinking is like, man, the heuristics of how to block this is going to change rapidly, right? Because week 1 through 3, people are going to be like, every time they do this, you do this. And then it doesn't work eventually because they figure out how to mess with it. And then you're like, oh, actually, in this specific scenario, you do this. And then another scenario shows up. And it's like, You are going to have to play against this deck all the way through, like the whole entire game, where it's like a game but for both players and not a blowout, several times before you know what to do at any point. And even still, there's probably more things to find.
I'm gonna break your brain here for a second.
I'm here to be broken.
We're drafting this hero at Nats.
Oh no! I'm gonna be in a calling.
You're playing the sealed calling with that hero at Nats.
Dude, I'm playing this hero at Nats because I want to see their brains break until I run into, I don't know, Yuki Lee Bender and then just lose.
You're gonna, like, whoever figures out how to play against this hero or as this hero and is doing it
I think
one
that's a
level better
minimum
than everyone else.
requirement.
Well, it's like, no, it's the person who's doing it one level better than everyone else.
Oh my gosh.
Is going to actually just get like a 30% win rate boost. Just flat out. I think it's going to be insane.
It
Like,
might be lower
you-
than that. It might be people don't want to play Ziggy and then you don't see that. That would be the
then
reason
if-
why it's
but
lower.
but if you're the one playing Ziggy and you know how to play that interaction better than your opponent,
Yeah.
I think you're just day 2. Like, you're just day 2 with the calling and that's it. Because you're just going
That's
to punish people left and
crazy.
right who don't know how to block Ziggy.
It's going to be me and Taylor Crawford playing Ziggy because he's already said he's going to play whoever Twitter hates the most. And that's going to be Ziggy. Ziggy
foolishness.
requires you to play more than 3 games, so obviously Twitter's not going to like him.
Yeah, if you know how to build a good draft deck as Ziggy and you can
man.
force it at Nats,
This is the coolest draft set.
I would not be surprised if Ziggy has more 3-0s than either of the other 2 heroes, and simultaneously more 0-3s.
Ooh, I love that. I actually do love that. I think the funny thing is, I play Assassin, and so there's like a sadistic humor that I love when you do a play and someone does the thing they're not supposed to, and you're like, oh, they're not a knower.
Prism.
That is a high.
Oh, yeah. When I watch somebody just hit the wrong aura, and I'm like, oh, you left me with that. Oh, no. Oh.
I haven't got to pull out this trick in a while.
Or it's like,
Oh,
God,
man.
it was in
Oh,
round 3 of like the of calling Yokohama. They sent like the second to last turn. I have 1 card in soul. They're at 2 life, and I have Angel of Ravages in play flipped, and they just send the Leave No Witnesses directly at the Angel.
Oh no!
I think it is mostly correct for them to do that because the hand they end
Okay.
up holding is like a D react and a
Sure,
CLC.
but like, I know where this goes.
I don't have Halo up.
Okay.
It was in my hand.
Oh, you just resolve it.
Yeah,
That's so
I just
funny.
like looked at it and I looked at my hand and I'm like, I was so ready to just die. I thought I had lost this game, and then I'm just like, and they don't have flick knives,
Yeah. Oh,
so they can't flick to clear it.
Oh, that's
And I
sometimes.
just like
Sometimes the
Figment
universe
of
lines up.
Triumph, that's for 3, and they're like, I lose,
Wow,
and I'm like,
flesh and blood.
cool.
Here, all we're trying to say out of all of this is do your draft prep. Play games
Yeah.
of Flesh and Blood. I know people
play your pre-releases.
who really love playing Flesh and Blood,
Play all the heroes at your pre-releases.
but they should play more. Play all the heroes at your pre-release.
Also, they power crept the whole runaway cycle.
Take your pre-release kit, and after the pre-release, play more games. Try to build other heroes with your seal pool. You get 8 packs. No shot you can't
Yeah.
build everybody. Maybe Ziggy. I don't know what the limitations are going to be on Acilio
Yeah,
and Ziggy.
we'll see what the pack distribution looks like, but yeah. Also, these cards are going to be very bright.
What is
If I
that?
could get like,
Oh,
they're
what you
all
want?
like,
You want dark mode?
Yeah, I want
Omens of the
dark
Third
mode.
Age.
give me dark mode on my cardboard, please.
Weak eyeballs.
No, I just take care of them.
I don't.
I'm just responsible.
I do not.
No, I know you don't.
Yeah.
I see those glasses.
They're like an inch thick too. I don't know if this is showing up. They're like chunky. We didn't even get to the expansion slot cards because some of them have really funny implications.
They're all bangers. That's it.
Yeah, someone said earlier that all of them are bangers, and my response to that is true.
They're all going to see
arguing
play
in a
the decks they are
Discord.
intended for.
Yeah, they were arguing in a Discord about that we're both in about the what is the least interesting of the expansion slot cards, and even the least interesting one.
They're all sevens, and they're all seven. At least a seven.
At
out
least
of 10,
a
and they're all
7.
going to see play.
Yeah, I'm excited. They're awesome.
I don't care which one is the least interesting. They're all interesting.
What
I'm
I do
looking
care
at all
about
of them and like
is Puffin gets 2 cards, and that's bias
Puffin
that
got 2
I don't want to
bangers.
stand for. I can't stand. They should push one off to the next
Puffin
set.
got bangers.
Brother, it's 9:20. We should have wrapped up the show 20 minutes ago. Home from the Armory, hot take. Players that lost their love of the game. Lost their love of easy wins. Next week that, and maybe talk about expansion slot cards or if anything else pops up.
Sure.
All right. Because it's already 9:20. We could keep talking if you wanted to keep talking. But I understand.
I'm good.
Fair enough. I love that take. We can talk about it next week. Since that wraps that up, Kevin, do you have any shout outs?
No, not right now.
New video win.
Hopefully Monday. I should have time this weekend to put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a game recorded for it that I'm pretty happy with. I wanted to do that because this is going to be essentially like the actual successor to the Aura Plan video, the first video that I did.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm going to, because we're reworking a lot of that, I wanted to have a game that went with it. And I got one that was actually pretty good and not just
Sick.
like Turbo Stomp. It was
I love that.
good. So, yeah.
I'm excited for it. Remember to go check out our merch at the tablebit-shop.fourthrow.com where you can get hats that say things like this. It's
The
just
Table Pit.
It's just the logo. It's just the channel
It's
logo.
the Table Pit.
It's a sick hat. I love wearing it. And if you want to help make this stream look nice and help us to supplies for our project videos, you support us at patreon.com/thetablepit. I was able to get a new backdrop or a new green screen for the video that just came out and this microphone because of Patreon. Thank you. Speaking of that video, I made a how-to draft Tome Shapeshifter Cube because a lot of people look at the paragraph of text I have for the Tome Shapeshifter Cube and they go, I can wing it. And then they go, 03 live on their stream. I'm just kidding.
There's going to be another one soon.
Yes, there's going to be another one soon. We are planning the next, I'm calling them Shapeshifter Showdowns, and we're just going to play Tome Shapeshifter Cube, and we're going to have a bunch of...
with an actual format.
Whoa.
All right.
Ooh. So...
All right.
I was going to say something. Never mind. I think the video is it's like 8 minutes long. You just learn what the cube is and how to draft it. Straightforward. Very easy. What?
Good Time Chepos in cold foil got bought out. They were selling at $50.
Good thing I already have one. And that you don't have to buy them in cold foil. Thank you so much for watching. We do this every Thursday. We also have No Box until Chill Talishar stream, where we do and don't stream because I won't be here this weekend because I'm going out of town. As is always the case. We're gonna have Roast Beef Slim on next week, right? To give his take. I ain't reading all that. Happy for you. Sorry that happened.
True.
But it's an 8-minute video. Just watch the video. Put it on ×2 speed. Just watch it. And then you can play with your friends. or you can tell me I have 7 people, William, show up, and I will. It's great. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Bye.